What's up, folks? I'm Coach Ty, back at you with another one, and today we have the seated hamstring curl machine. So we're gonna go through the form, the do-nots as usual, and why the seated hamstring curl is better than laying. And of course, we have lovely Montana here to help us out. So here we go. I'm stuck, I can't move. There we go. I got my walk off. All right, so first thing you need to know, the settings. They're very important on a seated hamstring curl machine. So we're gonna start here with the feet. So you basically want this pad just above your ankles, almost on your Achilles. And you can use this attachment over here to adjust that up and down. A lot of the settings on your knee pad and your ankle pad will be dictated by this back pad back here. So you want this far forward enough to where you have a flat back and your entire back is pressed up against that back pad. That's also gonna push you down or up the machine slightly, so adjust that pad first before you go to the other two. And then the final one is this one here, which goes just above your knees. So you pull that, bring it all the way down. You wanna make sure it's very tight so you've got enough leverage. Thank you, Montana. So you've got enough leverage to curl from. And again, this should be just above your knees on your quads. Definitely don't have it on your knees. That's gonna put way too much stress on your knee joint. And then also, pro tip, that's not really all that pro, make sure you move this up and down when you get in and out of the machine. I'll see some folks will leave this all the way down and then scooch out of it. Move that up, make your life a whole lot easier. Okay, so now that we've got the settings in the proper place, knee pad just above the knees, ankle pad just where your Achilles is, and your back flat, time to move down that piece, the knee pad, and then you're ready to begin your set. So these two handles here, I suggest you use those to push yourself back into the seat. Because as you start curling, this is gonna drag you forward very slightly. So in order to maintain your position, it's a good idea to push yourself back into the seat. So make sure you're extending your elbows against those handles and then start the set. Yeah, hell yeah. Now we wanna try to get the longest range of motion possible. So we want to almost go to full knee extension, but not quite. And curl as far back as you can. If you hit this pad on the back of the machine, that's okay. That means you're getting the longest range of motion that you possibly can. And longer range of motion in 9 out of 10 cases, or probably 95 out of 100 cases, is better for muscle growth. Also, make sure you point your toes forward the whole time. Yep. And try not to, it's very natural for your toes to want to start pointing outward. So make sure you keep your toes forward. Let's do one more. Extension, and take your time on your way back up on your last rep, because usually your knee will be in a very extended position here, so we don't want to just bottom out, let the weight slam, and potentially hyperextend your knee. So take your time on your last rep, lower very slowly, back to the starting position, and you're done. Hamstring gains, we got it. The seated hamstring curl seems to perform better for muscle growth over the laying hamstring curl. And this has actually been tested and compared. I'm gonna put that study up on the screen here for you to see. Well, why does the seated hamstring curl perform better than laying? Well, stretch-mediated hypertrophy, the phrase of the year, what I keep talking about in all our muscle breakdown videos. The hamstring attaches at your hip and also your knee. So when you have flexed hips, AKA when you're seated, your hamstring is extended at your hip. The hamstring also attaches at the knee. So when your knee is extended, you're also stretching the hamstring here at the knee joint. So here in this position, you've got a fully lengthened hamstring, kind of like on a stiff leg deadlift or a Romanian deadlift. The difference is that your hip isn't the active joint in this case, the knee is. So seated hamstring curl. Also, one more note on this. I strongly suggest you be relatively conservative with any stretch-mediated hypertrophy movements, especially on a fast twitch dominant muscle like the hamstring. If you're not able to recover from the muscle damage that you're inducing, then you won't grow as quickly. And stretch-mediated moves, we'll say, or movements that take advantage of stretch-mediated hypertrophy, do more muscle damage than standard moves. And also, again, the hamstring is a fast twitch muscle. So you have to be a little conservative with how much you do here. So I would suggest no more than 2 sets of these in a workout. And also, because the hamstring is fast twitch, keep the reps on the lower side. So 6 to 10. Good. One more thing that you can do to get an even bigger stretch is move this pad further forward. Or what you can do, once your legs are up, is lean yourself a little bit further forward. Now, even in this position, I feel my hamstring stretching a lot. If you flex the hips a little bit more, again, you'll get a bigger stretch in your hamstring, and we can do even more stretching. More stretch-mediated hypertrophy. I don't know how else to put that, so we're gonna go with that. All right, folks, that is it for the seated hamstring curl. Thank you, Montana, as always, for helping me with this video. Go follow her. Her Instagram will be in the description below. And let me know what you want to hear from us next. I'll see you with the next one. Deuces. Yeah, yeah. Everybody chunking up the deuce over here, man. Everybody. Good. Good? Yes, you gave me the idea. But I did used to have clients do that. Like an idiot. I did used to have clients do that all the time. And like hyperextend their knee trying to get out. I'm like, yo, stop. Relax, move it up. Okay, let's go into the sets.